This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. It's great to have you. This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. It's great to have you with us. Topping the news, he has been the subject of a police bulletin for several weeks, and today he was hauled before the court on the charge of murder. Megan Shepard reports.
A large crowd of family and friends gathered outside the Garnet Lavardi Justice Center on Wednesday afternoon as 27-year-old Jonathan Cooper was taken into the courthouse to be arraigned before Magistrate Helen Jones. As Cooper was led inside of the complex to face the murder charge, his mother, who was among the curious onlookers, yelled out, "We're right here, baby. Everything will be all right, baby." Cooper, a resident of Tamron Street, Freeport, was charged with the murder of Paul Pablo Ferguson. Police say Ferguson, a businessman in that community, was reportedly stabbed to death following a dispute on the evening of April 18th in the Garden Villas area. In court on Wednesday afternoon, Cooper was not required to enter a plea and bail was denied. Magistrate Jones told Cooper that he was remanded to prison and an inquiry will be carried out on August 27th. As Cooper was led outside of the court under heavy police guard, his family members gathered once again shouting cheers of support. He was taken into an awaiting vehicle and is expected to be flown to the nation's capital to prison on remand. Cooper surrendered to police on Monday, June 3rd, after being on the run for more than 6 weeks. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Police on Grand Bahama are investigating a shooting which has resulted in a man being hospitalized. According to reports, sometime after 11 o'clock last night, a man reportedly armed with a firearm approached another man and shot him about the body while in the area of Fawcett Lane in Freeport. Police say the gunman fled the scene on foot. The victim is listed in stable condition. Police are investigating and are appealing to members of the public who may have any information regarding this incident to contact them at 911-919-350-3015, the Central Detective Unit, or at 350-3106 or 7. Additionally, police are encouraging members of the public who may have information of persons in possession of illegal weapons to call anonymously. In other news, ZNS Newsroom has been inundated with calls today from residents complaining about what they describe as bad gasoline. They say the bad gas is having an adverse effect on their vehicles. Some motorists are reporting that their vehicles are completely shutting down, backfiring, and sputtering. Many motorists say that due to the economic downturn, they are unable to afford repairs. They claim that the gas is reportedly being purchased from various gas stations throughout the island. Now, ZNS News contacted officials at Freeport Oil Company who did not confirm or deny the allegations regarding the quality of the gasoline, and we were told that the manager was not available for comment. ZNS News will continue to follow this story. The principal of the St. George's High School speaking out tonight about an incident that has left the entire school body in shock. A few days ago, some of the animals in the school's agricultural program were found dead, and officials are convinced that the carnage was the result of a malicious attack. Italia Hall has the story.
A number of chickens and goats were brutally slaughtered on St. George's High School campus from the agricultural science program last Wednesday. Keith Barr, principal of the institution, says it was a devastating situation for the entire school body.
It's this year that we started implementing or introducing goats and just more chickens than we did in the past to the program. And the whole purpose of adding the goats to the agricultural course outline and program was for educational purposes only, basically. Having the students understand what rearing the goats are all about, the basic needs of the animals, and so on.
Barr outlined the tragic series of events that took place on the campus.
Wednesday of last week, there was no school because of the weather, and I think the students discovered that who came back here, who were in the program, some of them were at school because of exams. I think after the first exam, they came back here and discovered the the animals dead, and it was 3 goats and a number of chickens. One of the animals was missing. A kid was missing, and 3 of the ones that were alive were inside the pen, and that was shocking for us. We passed on the relevant information to the authorities and discarded of the dead animals. But on Thursday, the next day, when there was school and the kids came who were in the program, they discovered the kid that was missing further back in the field area.
He says that the autopsy revealed that some person or persons killed the animals.
At the time, we couldn't determine what was the cause of death. We were thinking dogs, we were thinking poison, we were thinking a number of things. And that was being investigated until on Saturday, I received a call from my agricultural science teacher, who made his regular rounds here early Saturday mornings to check the animals, let the goats out, because we try not to have the goats cooped up all day. We secure them in the night and let them out during the day. And that's when he discovered the other 3 goats dead.
Barr said that the school is now moving forward to bring the program back together.
We went to the school on Monday. We had a special assembly. We brought in the Human Rights Organization with Mr. Joseph Darwell and Mrs. Tib Burrows, who addressed the kids and spoke to the kids about the cruelty to animals and everything in regard to that subject. And right now, the students are really distraught. The students in the program and the teachers are very discouraged. But we intend to go on with our project. We'll probably just pay attention to really preparing the place properly in terms of the ground and doing more farming. But we still want to add animals to our program. Currently, the information that we're getting from the police that they're working on it furiously.
No conclusive information has been brought to the school's attention as to who may be responsible for these tragic incidents. Italia Hall, SATNS Network News.
Thanks, Italia. Tonight, the chairman of the board of directors of the Grand Bahama Humane Society, Joseph Darwell, is taking issue with the alleged malicious slaughter of animals at the St. George's High School, calling it a reprehensible act. Darwell says the Humane Society is looking for information that could bring closure to this incident.
That means that, we don't have the sensitivity that we should have in this nation for animals. And we need to begin to teach animal protection, animal sensitivity in our schools. And as Tip and I advised the principal of that school this morning, they need to have an assembly and to make it reiterate the responsibility that we should have towards innocent animals that are in our care. They are beings that got rights too. Animals have rights, and we cannot offend against them. Those animals were not slaughtered, they were butchered, they were criminally killed, and therefore whoever has done that must be called to answer for that particular predicament.
Darwell says the Humane Society is offering a reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the slaughter of the animals. He says this incident highlights the greater issue of violence throughout the Bahamian society.
Someone who would do that to an animal will do it to another person. And that is something that we got to teach our children, that they cannot do that, or adults for that matter. But we got a good feeling it may not have been, I hope it's not, any of the students from St. George's High, but undoubtedly it looks to be young people who did it, whether out of school or whomever. And so these particular situations with the multitude of animals being bred and misused and abused in this country must cease. It is a poor reflection on us as a civilized people.
A prominent Grand Bahama businessman has been appointed to the Diplomatic Corps. Political activist Forrester Carroll is the new Consul General to New York. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, made the announcement in the House of Assembly this morning. Carroll's appointment takes effect on July 1st. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition is coming right back.